If the landscape in the journalism world seems to lean left, it's not your imagination. Fewer journalists than ever say they're Republicans. 10 times as many identify as Democrats. The study from Syracuse University's Newhouse School of Public Communications polled 1,600 journalists. Just 3.4% identified as Republican. More than 36% said they're Democrats. The majority, 51%, said they're independent. The numbers are a drastic change from 50 years ago, when the poll was first started. In 1971, a quarter of journalists were Republicans, and a third were independents. The share of Democrats was similar to today, hovering around 36%. The numbers have bounced around over the decades. Democrats reached a peak in the journalism industry at 44% in 1992. But over the last 20 years, Republicans in media have steadily declined. In 2002, 18% of journalists were Republicans. In 2013, 7% were Republicans, down to 3% today. While Republicans in the industry declined, the representation of Democrats grew. The makeup of the media industry is not in step with the U.S. general population. A Gallup poll in November revealed the plurality of Americans, 40%, identify as independent, and Republicans and Democrats are even at 29%. So why do Republicans find themselves trending towards the extinct category in news careers? David Brooks of the New York Times writes, "When I began my career in Chicago in the 1980s, there were still some crusty working-class guys around the newsroom. Now we're not only a college-dominated profession, we're an elite college-dominated profession." The assessment by Brooks may jive with data. A 2016 Pew study found educated adults, especially those who attended graduate school, are far more likely than those with less education to take liberal positions. And if newsrooms are getting younger, it would make sense that journalists are leaning more liberal too. While journalists do have opinions and political preferences, it's not supposed to come across in their work. But the majority of voters say bias in the media is getting worse. A Rasmussen poll shows 58% of voters overall say media bias is worse off today than years past. But confidence in media also widely varies among party affiliation. 58% of Democrats and 29% of independents have a great deal or fair amount of confidence in the media, while just 11% of Republicans trust the media, which, according to this latest poll, is largely represented by journalists who identify as Democrats.